The Hustleshare podcast is brought to you by Payoneer, a digital payment platform that provides online money transfer with its fast, flexible, secure, and low-cost solutions. Businesses across the world can pay and get paid globally. Visit Payoneer.com now. Also by Unbounce, the leading platform for A/B testing made easy. With Unbounce, you don't need to be a developer to build high-converting landing pages, pop-ups, and sticky bars. Hustleshare listeners get 20% off on their first 3 months after the free trial period. Visit bit.ly/hustlebounce to learn more.
I just don't give a fuck. That's the best advice. I have to do me. Whatever I want to go for, I have to go for it. No one's gonna stop me. Anyone tries to stop me, fuck off.
Welcome to Hustleshare, the podcast that features the daily grinds of unique hustlers around the world to show not our differences, but that our hustles are very much alike. Now here's your host, Ronster Bae-pyong.
Welcome to episode 39 of the Hustleshare podcast. My name is Ronster, and I'm your host. And this episode is powered by Payoneer, a digital payment platform that provides online money transfer, empowering businesses around the world to grow globally. If you are new to the show, I'd like to remind you that this podcast is for adults only, so make sure there are no kids around when you're listening to this. Especially in this next couple of episodes, because we're going to be talking about nightlife. Why nightlife? Because in my first hustle as a startup founder, my first startup was called Partyfile, and I'm here to talk to someone who's very integral in making this industry grow. And her name is Patty Tiu, and we're going to be talking about the hustle of a nightlife DJ. And Patty's going to share with us how she started out her career by being a promoter and how hard it was for her to begin DJing, especially that nobody actually taught her how to do this. Patty's also going to discuss how lucrative the nightlife industry works and how it is from a perspective of a DJ to make an amazing night for you. But it doesn't just end there, because she's also going to be sharing with us a lot of lessons that you can apply in your own hustle, like how to reinvent yourself, how you can become great in your craft, and how she was able to transform herself to do some other things that she loves. So if you're ready to learn about the hustle of a nightlife DJ, let's begin this episode right now. Welcome to the latest episode of the Hustleshare podcast. Oh my God, this is where I'm going back to the whole time machine thing because I have someone that I look up to very dearly. And today it's like a blast from the past, literally, because I came from this industry. This is where my real hustle was born. And today we'll highlight someone who's very well respected across the whole industry in what she does. And I don't need to really intro you, my man, because you're good at what you do. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce DJ or DJing, Patty Tiu.
DJ Patty Tiu. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
So Patty, welcome to Hustleshare. I know this is just you've done podcasts before, and it's like I cannot match those podcast guestings you've done, but today we're going to be talking about something different. This is not the showbiz stuff. It's not the the pride stuff that, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to talk to you about your hustle.
Yeah.
Well, how you built this fucking career that's so amazing, and you're still alive and kicking it and doing so well, right? But before we start that, let's educate our listeners real quick. What's your hustle?
What's my hustle? Wala talaga akong job description at the moment.
Right.
Well, I still do gigs.
Right.
I'm trying away from doing bar club gigs at the moment right now. So, right now, puro events.
Yes.
Yeah, I go
Big
for
ones.
the events, festivals.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm busy with the tattoo shop also.
Yes, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm itching, I swear. I'm going to get one
So
soon.
from
Right.
performing, from DJing, I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
I wanted to, discover new things I haven't
Yes.
done before. yeah, that's about it for now.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And this DJ school right now.
All right,
Sessions
again,
Academy,
so
yeah.
let's give a shout out where a shout out is due. So
Yeah.
what's this place that we're at right now? It's
we're
really cool.
in Sessions Academy Manila right now.
Okay.
This is we won't call it a school. It's a DJ studio.
Studio.
You can find us on Facebook actually.
There you
Sessions
go.
Academy Manila, and then you
Okay.
can inquire
We'll
if
have
you
that
want
on
to
the
learn how to
link right
DJ.
here. Right.
If you want to learn how to DJ, if you want to learn music production,
Okay.
we have everything here. Even Radio 101. We have
Wow. Because we got some DJs. Again, we'll have another episode here right back to back with the hubby very soon. Again, so congrats in advance before I forget. Right. But Patty, I'd like to ask, because nightlife is a real hustle. For those listeners who don't know what it is, my first startup was called guestlist.ph, but eventually was rebranded to Party Fam.
I remember.
Yes,
Guest
that was
List
my
PH.
hustle.
Just my,
Right.
And I remember all my gig photos would have that watermark.
Yes. You know why?
Guestlist.ph.
I was the one who actually started this whole photographer thing going around, because
Yeah,
most
yeah,
photographers
I remember.
will only be exclusive to one club. I said, you know what, fuck that. I need good content.
Yeah.
I'll hire one. Let's do a whole gamut of all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
things.
So like one event, and then this photographer.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll send them. I'll pay for the photographer. But it comes to, again, my only thing is this is my marketing before.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So it's good. I've had so many memories, and the one that really sticks out the most is when you were holding this tray of shot glasses.
I remember that because I remember specifically this was a night we used to handle nights in Aracama. Right?
Yes.
So that's one more hustle that I would want to explain because they thought mukha daw akong kawawa I was holding that tray. But I remember very vividly, specifically,
Right.
I did that because we were trying to hit the sales. Because
Right.
my night was so competitive with the Saturday nights.
Correct.
Kasi we were handling Friday nights in Aracama.
Right.
And then we were trying to up the sales for the Saturday night group. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get these fuckers drunk.
Got it.
And then, kasi the more people are drunk, the more they wanna buy drinks.
Exactly,
Right? So yun,
right.
that's another hustle there.
We'll do a deep dive of the business of nightlife, technically from a DJ's perspective, in the second part. But real quick, Patty, what was your first foray into nightlife or DJ? Were you a DJ at first, or how did you get into this industry?
Honestly, I was just a regular fucking person who loved going out. Like,
Yep. Amen. Same here.
Around 2009,
Oh, shit,
I actually
same
had a
night.
fucking office job here in JP Morgan, if I'm allowed to say
Wow,
that.
that's it's all
Yeah,
good.
I was an
right?
employee.
Okay.
I was doing a desk job.
Right.
I was doing a 9 to 5
Right.
job.
Mhm.
So, ayun, I was like, every time I get out from work,
Right.
you have embassy there, you have
Seven
Jaipur,
I.
you have Jaipur. So I was like,
Right.
okay, every time I'm out sa office, I was like, okay, I want to drink. So
Ah.
that was the start
Got
of
it.
it, and I became so curious with
Right.
how the nightlife was,
Right.
and I began to like just go out and like experience what the clubbing scene is
Got it.
in Manila.
Okay.
So yun.
So for me, same thing. The reason I created an app, because when I started partying around 2006, 2007, everybody had to pay cover. And then all of a sudden, there's this fucking thing that started becoming popular, the guest list. And every single time I couldn't get on the guest list because I didn't know anyone. So I was like, yeah, fuck you guys, I'm gonna create my own app.
Not unless you're a cute girl like me. who always
Yeah,
does
so
it.
there's no thing, I can't get away. I can't get away with
Joke
the
lang
looks.
yun, hindi ako pinapapasok sa embassy. I'm kidding.
Hey, Eric, it's all
Joke
good.
lang, I'm kidding. I'm super
So
kidding.
yeah, same problem. But how did you take nightlife as a career per se? What did you do first?
In all honesty, like nothing was ever planned in my life. Like
Got it.
I wasn't a person who did a lot of planning, especially those years of
Got it.
my career.
20s.
So,
Yeah. Mighty 20s.
Yeah, so early 20s, parang you really don't have a plan, you don't have a path.
Right.
You just kind of go with the flow, and that's what I did. I went with the flow, and
Okay.
here I am.
Got it.
I
And
guess
then-
the waves went up and down. I'm still here.
Got it. But what was the first thing did you promote first? Well, how did you like, because again, there's mad money in nightlife. If you just fucking know the game well, and if you can stay here for a long time. And people don't know this. A lot of the owners and a lot of people that been here are the same people who've been there decades before.
Yeah,
And you just know that
sila
there's the
pa
same.
rin.
Yeah.
Like, sila pa
Correct.
rin. Wala pa rin nakakapalit with, kasi there's this generation gap also of
Correct.
Like, with promoting.
Right.
Me kasi, I quit my job as soon as I got so amazed with the
Right,
nightlife
right.
thing, right? I was like, I'm gonna quit my job and then I'm just gonna go with the flow. So I started promoting first. I even
Right.
tried photography.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I tried photography, but then I was like, okay, I'm no good at this thing. Like, okay, stay with
Right.
promoting.
So Art Oka, you're just lucky that, Patty Tiu didn't get your job before.
So
right?
there, like, I started promoting in 7th High.
Right.
And then I met a few DJ friends
Got
who were like kind enough to help me out.
Got
you know?
it.
So that was the start of my DJ thing. Pero I started promoting talaga. That was
Got it.
I loved meeting people. I
Yes.
loved inviting people. Like,
Right.
I loved seeing people have a great time in
Getting
a place.
fucked up.
Yeah. And get them fucked up, right?
Right. There's so much joy. The people
Yeah.
don't understand that. You're so happy when you had a good night. We have a happier time when we see you have a
But
good
it's not
night.
just the money also.
Right.
And before, what was the rate for promoting 1.5 a night? Like,
Yes.
what could you do with 1.5 naman at that
Right.
time?
But
It was more of the fun
Correct.
kasi.
But people also make good bank on this. So they're promoting nightlife promoting, right? There's two types. The guest list game, which is head count, which is so hard to fucking keep up because you'll never know who's gonna show up.
I don't even know if they still do that. Do they still do
Nah,
head counts?
nah,
No,
these are fillers
it's
now,
more
right.
like
Tables.
Tables and
Tickets.
percentage.
Right, correct.
Percentage. Like, for the entire night, if you hit quota,
Right.
this is what you get. La 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 la. la.
Exactly. The bar needs to make money.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
if you get 100 people and they don't spend,
They
only
don't pay. Yeah.
right, and they buy one San Miglite all
yeah,
night.
yeah. Different
Yeah.
with clubs though. Like, for clubs, what I know is you still have, if you pull the numbers, kasi you get na money from the VIP tables.
Right.
So if you get these fillers, like, there's different promoters for VIP tables and
Right.
tables per se,
Got
and
it.
then there's different promoters for the fillers, which fills the dance floor.
Got it.
Kasi you need the club to be popping and you need to
Yes.
feel na parang shit, it's so tight here, like wall to wall.
Right.
So it's gonna be a good night.
It's I hate to say it, but it's sort of like wrestling, and I know you're passionate about this. So yeah, it's an act. There's a lot of components that need to work well together.
Oh, yeah.
For you to have an epic night.
Yeah.
Correct. Now, so okay, how did you start mixing all this DJ equipment? Because I've seen this progression so many times, like Nick Hernandez, who's a very mighty promoter, who's now a
Yeah.
DJ now. This is a progression I've seen happen, but not a lot of people become successful at it. You carved out a career. Oh my God! Well, I've seen your performances firsthand. A lot of them, the biggest raves and whatnot. How did you become from a promoter? How you turned that into becoming a DJ or a DJ now?
Shit, like, it wasn't always like this.
Right.
Parang big gigs and like they see me playing for this,
Right.
or they see me playing for a festival this big,
Yeah.
or they see my name like whatever. Like, whatever I have now. It wasn't always this lucky. I wasn't always this.
Yeah, there's a lot of pain.
Yeah, sobra. Like,
Right.
I actually started as an assistant for a
Wow.
DJ school before.
Really?
Yeah, there was a DJ school in San Juan.
Oh,
It was
shit.
actually owned by Mark Nicosha.
Oh wow.
So he used to be my boss. And I had no idea with anything DJ related.
Got
But
it.
I had a lot of DJ friends, which
Right.
is them.
Right.
So the story really is I'm self-taught. Like, nobody taught me how to use the decks.
Got it.
Kasi nga, it's contradicting. Like, I'm their assistant. I'm supposed to be booking their schedules.
Got
I'm
it,
supposed
got
to
it.
be like helping the students.
Yeah.
So, like, it's parang unspoken rule na I can't. Like, so
Right.
what happened was I quit the job. I quit the being assistant and PR manager of
Got
that
it.
DJ school, and I pursued it. So
Wow.
before I pursued it, I had this plan na parang, okay, I have no fucking equipment. I have nothing.
Right.
And before, wala pa namang flash drives. It was
Right.
all CDs first, right? Imagine,
Burn them all.
diba?
Right.
Burn it.
Right.
So, before, parang what I'll do was, when all the people or all the students are gone,
Right.
all the classes are done na,
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for them to leave the place,
Wow.
the school.
That's late. That's
Yeah,
well
pretty
already
late.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll teach myself. Like,
Wow.
I'll learn it every night. I won't sleep until I get to match a song. That's why even if hindi naman ako mayabang, but
Right.
I can close my eyes and I can still match a song.
And they
from
say
one
that
song
it's
to
really
the
your ears that you
Yeah.
should be using. The eyes is for, okay, there's the crowd like this and whatnot and
Yeah.
whatnot. But, shit, this is a real hustle on its own.
Yeah.
How did so you self-taught yourself. How did you get your first breaks? Because sometimes that's also what we need. Someone taking a gamble on us and whatnot. For you, what was those first things that you finally got to practice, what you practiced behind closed doors?
So, well, I began with just playing for myself, right?
Okay.
So, and before, when you play for yourself, you really feel everything. Kasi,
Got it.
and every time you get to match a song, parang,
Right.
shit, like, I'm really doing it now. Like,
Yes.
I wish I have a crowd already.
Right.
And then there was just this time na, Reserve Ortigas, when the old Reserve Ortigas.
City Golf.
Yes, in
Right.
City Golf. Parang they needed new DJs.
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna offer it to my students.
Got
And then the owner wanted, no, sige, ganito na lang. Parang offer it, let's have an LBA night. That's the name of the
Got
school
it.
Parang let's have an LBA night for your students, but also play for us kasi we want to hear you.
Wow.
So, ayun.
City
Actually,
Golf.
yeah, that time I couldn't even like consistently match a song. So, I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready to play, but I was already
Right.
playing kasi ang lakas ng loob ko.
Right, but the kabayo was
Yeah, it was fucking bad. The advice of my friends were
Right.
parang if you make a mistake, just fucking make noise,
Got it.
like just twist the knobs, and like that's what I did, and I survived that for like a few months.
Wow, that's crazy. So how did that become? I mean, it's a momentum effect, right?
Well, that's the beginning, pero I think it's really the San Miguel spin-off.
Oh shit! I remember that event in SMX. Oh no, World Trade
World
Center.
Trade, yeah.
That was the big break.
Yeah.
All right. So it's from that point on, you also became Deuce now. All right. So not
okay.
yet.
Yung timeline ko para
Right.
tama. Yeah, I joined San Miguel,
Right.
and then that's when I came up. Well, we came
Right.
up with a DJ duo, Deuce.
Right.
So that's from 2012 until 2015.
Got it.
We made a brand which was the first DJ duo in the Philippines,
Dude.
female DJ duo
Right,
in the
right.
Philippines. Yeah.
And that was amazing, especially that was also I would tell you, again, knowing my nightlife, that was the peak of everything, or that was where everything went from 0 to 100.
Yeah, like wala na akong pahinga since that year.
Oh my god, it was like me too. I had to hustle because I know that there's gonna be people going
Yeah.
out. It was crazy, and then EDM was
Yeah,
popping.
The EDM scene 2012, that was the boom talaga.
Correct.
There were festivals every fucking weekend. There
Right.
were these international DJs coming in the country every now and
Oh my
then.
god, I remember. There's so many things, but before that, let's take a quick break. And now,
Yeah.
when we come back, I'd like to take a deep dive on what it takes really. What does a DJ do? The science behind the art
Yeah.
of DJing when you're playing
I'll
for a
also
crowd.
explain our extra expenses.
Oh yeah, how expensive is this shit, right?
Yeah.
So, but let's talk about that more after the break. Hey hustlers, let's take a quick break from the episode to talk about a big mistake I did early in my own hustle as a startup founder. And that's going all in on my startup without having any other source of income. Now you might say that's weird because we talk about going all in a lot in this podcast, but allow me to tell you what exactly happened to me early on. Back in my first startup called Party Foul, I resigned from my day job thinking that I'm gonna get funded when I started winning pitching competitions because I thought I was gonna get funded very soon. But the reality is, it took me 3 years to get funded, and I was very broke during that time. And just because I wanted to go all in, I didn't take any side hustle. And the bad thing was, I was dependent on my startup for my survival while I was trying to grow it. So I ended up getting a lot of bad deals because I was desperate. So in my next startup, which is Chatbot PH, I made sure that I'm not gonna make the same mistake. So I got into the art of freelancing. By making enough money on the side to make ends meet, it allowed my startup to flourish and get acquired in just 12 months after I put it up. But that wouldn't happen if I didn't get paid on time. And there's one product that I relied on heavily to get paid easily, and it's Payoneer. Payoneer saved me from a lot of hassle because it's the fastest way to get paid, especially if you're doing freelancing. And the cool thing about it is that it goes straight to your bank account, so you don't have to worry about your money getting stuck in a wallet somewhere. So whether you're a freelancer, e-commerce seller, digital marketer, or any hustler that requires B2B payment, I highly recommend that you use Payoneer to get your money. So register now and go to Payoneer.com or download the Payoneer app on the App Store or Google Play. Alright, let's get back to the show. Welcome back. We're still with Patty Tiu of Deuce or Deuce already.
Yeah, you can say Patty Tiu or Deuce.
There you go.
Deuce.
Deuces, like Chris Brown. I love that song, by the way. And there's a side of me like, shoot, this girl knows what she's doing. She chose the right song by C Breezy too. Right. How did that name come about, by the way? I never got to ask you that.
Well, originally,
Right. Okay.
kasi diba, it was a female DJ duo.
Right.
So, it's Deuce.
Right.
When we first came up with it's Deuce, right? And then Kat added Manila to make it more like, mas make kick siya, right?
Right.
Like Deuce Manila.
Right.
Deuce cause two,
Right.
duo. But then, yun, when we disbanded, disband, kala mo yung band. When we separated
Right.
our ways, our careers, the best explanation, or when I
Right.
rebranded it, I wanted it to be Deuce still.
Right.
So, my concept was me and the crowd, or me.
Oh,
so it's still Deuce,
That's
right?
so
It's
deep.
still Deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not you. It's always you in conjunction
Yeah.
with whatever audience you're
Yeah.
playing with.
Me and the audience, or
Okay.
me and another collaboration.
Got
So
it.
still
oh
two,
shit!
right? Still
All
Deuce,
right, so
yeah.
it's always a pair.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you touch on this already? How difficult was it? I mean, it's not easy, right? When you had to, because you made a name for yourself as a duo, but I've seen you conquer greater heights as a single performer, right? And how? But it's not. It's easier said than done,
Yeah,
right?
it's not easy.
On a personal, when behind the closed doors, behind the stage, how difficult was it going from that point to now transition yourself as Patty Tiu? Because I've seen you everywhere in Coke and all these things. Like, what the fuck? And all that. I'm cheering from the sidelines, but I didn't know what's going on at the back. How difficult was that?
Well, it was really hard because I think when you're in a duo, you kind of lose yourself also in the process,
Right.
because you're always considering the kaduo eh. Like, syempre, ayaw mo yung magsasapawan eh. It always has to be the same
Level,
length,
right.
the same level. But sometimes you can't help but go over.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're
in the
performing
zone.
all your heart
Right.
out, right?
Yeah.
But then it made it easier because it made me find my own sound back again, which is really trance.
Yes, trance
Really
still
trance.
down, right?
So
Yes.
that's what I am passionate talaga about
Right,
it.
right.
The genre that I'm super passionate about.
Right.
And I went back to that as Deuce. And
Right.
I used my moniker as Patty Tiu for my commercial pop stuff. So there's a separation.
Got it.
So clients can book me commercially as Patty Tiu.
Got it.
Clients underground, or people with
Right.
big room festivals, whatever. I
Right.
can represent trance music.
Got it.
You choose, diba?
Got it. What does this like this wrestler who has this alter ego, the demon, and
Yeah, Finn Balor.
Yes,
Finn
Finn
Balor.
Balor. So which one? I don't know which one is demon for you, but
You
yeah.
see where I get my inspiration from WWE
Dude,
pala.
same. I'll come clean real quick. On my intro, I always say when I open my episodes, let's begin this episode right now.
now.
You know where I get that? From fucking DX. DX. Holy shit, that's where I got it.
Okay!
I just don't do the second. But,
Pwede pala.
but yeah, that's where I got it. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Now you know where I got it. But okay, Patty, from that point where you now identified yourself, how high did it go? Because, I mean, let's come clean. 2016, the bubble burst for the whole nightlife scene after Forever Summer. And I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
That was a big pivotal moment for me because that's actually where Party Foul died.
Yeah.
That very same
Yeah.
night. Because one of the 5 people that passed away in that night was my investor.
Yeah.
I lost everything, right? After that, I only had 2 months of runway. I had to let go of all my people. And I was a wreck.
Yeah.
Right. But
I'm sure.
from that point on, you actually lived through and just like, oh shit, Patty's still doing it. That's cool. But now going from that identification of who you were, how did you move past that and still conquer all these great heights in doing? Because I've seen you do really crazy shit like a 12-hour set. This girl did a 12-hour set. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, like honestly, after that incident, everyone in the DJ industry got affected because festivals stopped, like producers stopped making festivals happen.
Yep.
And like until now, we're still affected by it.
We're still in the valley of death, to be honest.
Yeah, and like it's not as if we have a number of clubs anymore. Like before in
Everywhere.
2011, when you go to Makati, there are like 5 to 8 clubs. When you go to BGC, there's competition eh.
Right.
There's separation. There's
Right.
a lot of jobs for a lot
For
of
everybody,
DJs.
right.
But now, what do we have? We have Cove.
Right.
We have Palace. There's just 2 at the moment.
Right.
Like, the others are considered kasi bars and it's not really super
I mean,
clubs,
Bob
right?
just popped out of nowhere.
Which is really good for the industry.
Right.
Kasi there's option naman.
Correct.
Diba?
But it's not as big room as it was now.
Yeah, it's so different. It's so
Right.
different.
But okay, now let's talk about. I want to talk about the hustle behind DJing. So I'm just be a student. So let's educate those people. How hard is it to fucking? It's not just press and play, dude.
Kasi
Okay, let's walk us through this process. So how hard is this?
the pop culture kasi made it.
Yes.
They how do you say
Like,
it?
they just blown it out of proportion.
They
per
dumbed
se.
it. They
Yes.
dumbed it down.
Yes.
Tama, diba?
True.
Dumbed it down. Yeah.
Right.
Parang they made pop culture made us look like we were just pressing buttons.
Yeah, they
like
even
in
made that Zac
movies.
Efron movie. Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
128 is not the only tempo that can make
Right.
you dance, by
Exactly.
the way.
You
There's
get
a lot of
145.
tempos.
Right.
Yep.
Especially in trance. Good luck. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it's really not easy. For regular employees, they have health cards. They have stuff that can make them feel secured with their health, diba?
Right.
And in the nightlife industry palalo, you're always puyat.
Yes.
You're always drinking. It's not as if you can
Surrounded
quit
by
your
smoke.
alcohol.
Right.
Surrounded by usok. But luckily now, the
it's better.
establishments, they
Correct.
don't allow smoking anymore inside the establishment.
Yeah.
But anyway, like we don't have holidays kasi
Yeah.
that's the peak of our jobs eh, of
Right.
our bookings, right? Like Christmas, Valentine's Day, we
Oh, yeah,
barely
you're
get
gonna
fucking
miss family.
dates, right?
Right.
New Year's, like everybody's fucking,
I remember.
diba?
I remember, right.
Everyone's having fun, welcoming the new year, and
Right.
we're there playing.
Correct. Even everyone in the nightlife industry too, promoters, bouncers, receptionists.
Yeah.
They gotta sacrifice.
Lalo the staff. Like
Yeah.
us, we have it a little bit fancier pa nga
Right.
kasi we have holding areas and stuff
True,
like that.
true.
Our call time's not as early as the bouncers
Right.
and like
And whoever cleans up
Yeah.
the mess. Oh my
Yeah.
God, those people just have it really rough. So okay, what does a DJ prepare for? Walk us through, say, a typical night. If you're about to play tonight, what are you gonna be preparing? What are you gonna do when you get there? How are you gonna play the crowd? And what's your objective when you get to that stage?
I can't speak for all the DJs kasi
Right.
lahat sila, like everyone has different routines in
Okay.
a day. But for me,
Okay.
I can speak for myself.
Right.
If I have a very important gig on the weekends, let's say Friday, Saturday, right?
Right.
The weekend before that
Right.
palang, when it Sunday starts, I
Okay.
already start researching for new songs.
Nice.
New songs, I listen to podcasts.
Wow.
New hits on Spotify,
Wow.
what's charting, what's not charting. Depends on what gig I'm gonna do. Is it Patty Tiu? Is it Deuce?
Got it.
So,
Finn
depends.
Balor thing, demon.
Yeah. So parang ako rin, it tests my brain, it tests my patience, which I
Right.
really love. Kasi I get bored easily.
Yeah.
So I have to do something new all the
Right.
time.
So there's a lot of research behind this.
Yeah, a lot of research. The expenses, like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
we
how-
pay for
yeah.
we pay for subscriptions. We don't just fucking convert YouTube songs. Okay?
Yeah, hell no, right?
And like for some producers or remixers pa, which are like Mark, my fiance.
Yeah, right. Shout out Mark.
He needs to pay for let's say Ableton. It's a software
Yeah.
for making music and remixing songs.
Right.
So yun, like hindi lang, we don't just download free stuff. We have subscriptions. We have softwares to pay for.
And it's not counting the hardware, which is more expensive.
It's more expensive.
So let's give us just ballpark figures. The software alone, how much are we talking about ballpark figure per month?
Honey, how much? Ableton.
Ableton, depending what you get, it's what, from 100 to 500?
100, 500 bucks.
Yes, $500.
Holy shit.
$800.
Oh my God,
850.
per. That's almost 50,000 pesos.
But that's gonna
more or
last
less.
you
Until
it updates. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Which
So-
is a long time naman.
Still,
Sulit
but
siya.
it's significant. If you're TF, as say for you're just starting out, you're getting
You're
1,000.
just gonna get
per-
1.5.
Oh, good luck.
Actually, until now, they still pay DJs 1.5, and I'm so against it. You know why? Because things are getting expensive, and it's
Yeah.
not as if like hindi kami gumagastos. Like we're gonna.
Right.
It's not like establishments pay for our parking and stuff like
No.
that. And when we get hospitalized, it's not as if they're gonna like
Right,
be
right. Cover
responsible
that shit,
for it,
right.
diba? So
Okay.
like at least bump it up to 2.5, diba?
Correct, because it's you've already invested so much ahead of the time. Now, in terms of equipment, now that's just the software.
That's a
That's
different
already
story,
almost.
yeah.
How much is the one like the whole setup that you need to get in order for you to just start rehearsing? Because you can't just play that out of your fucking head, right? You got to practice.
For practicing, a controller can pass, but it's not standard.
Right.
For me, honestly, if I'm gonna pay for an equipment to practice on, I'd rather get the
whole-
club setup,
Wow.
which is the standard.
Wow.
Kasi mag-practice ka sa controller, pero in the actual gig,
Oh,
you're
shit,
gonna
what's
suck.
this?
Kasi
Right.
the resistance is different.
Correct.
Like everything is different.
Correct. So how much does that usually cost? The Pioneer ones and shit.
Let's say
Those are not cheap.
Gio, how much is the setup? I'm sorry, I'm not.
No,
really
that's
know
all
the
good.
costs.
We're talking to ghosts at the
Yeah.
moment. They just echo shit out real quick.
It's like, yeah, $2,000. How much?
$2,000.
75,
Just for the
yeah,
mixer
75,000 pesos
Oh my
mixer.
God.
Each CD.
Yeah.
Just to be able to practice, you need
Yeah,
to invest
yeah,
that
yeah.
much.
And then 50,000 and 50,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So imagine that if you're a guitarist per se, a decent guitar probably costs you 10,000-20,000.
Yeah, a good one,
Right.
20 plus maybe.
Right,
diba?
but dude, in DJing, right? So
Yeah.
whoever is thinking right now, if you're still like, oh shit, that's just playing songs, like fuck you, man.
Yeah,
This is not
and
this-
like
right.
that's why we have studios like
Right,
this. Like
right.
parang for me, honestly, if new DJs are listening or are gonna listen to this
Right.
podcast, you don't need to buy an equipment right away.
Right.
Not unless you're a fucking rich kid, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But it's not gonna make you the best DJ if you have the best equipment.
Got it.
You work with what you have, and then you hone it there.
Correct.
It's not the equipment; it's what you do with it.
Absolutely. Now you're talking about what you're doing with it. When you get to the club, now there's different sets. Again, from what I know from my friends, right? There's 3 different sets. Your opening, your main, is it main, right?
Yeah, prime time and then
prime time
closing.
and then closing. Those are 3 different sets of doing. So walk us through what an opening, a main, and a closing does.
Opening set, I'm gonna make it like very short and simple para
Right.
mabilis din maintindihan. Opening set, you make people nod their heads. It's the
Mm-hmm.
time for people to catch up kasi they just entered the place. They just entered
Right.
the club, the bar, whatever you wanna call
Right.
it. It's their time to mingle.
Right?
And towards the prime time set, that's when you kind of get it up na. You have to
Got
bring
it.
the energy up na, but very slowly.
Also,
'Cause-
the tempo goes higher.
yeah.
Right.
Actually,
Not
I don't go for you have to be you have to know open format. You can't just
Ah.
kahit opening set ka, you can't just stay in 1 BPM.
Got
For
it.
me,
Right.
at least for me, like you can have different tempos but have an opening set vibe.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, is there an objective? Because I've seen this happen a lot of my DJ friends will always say, you can't just make ubos the kanta and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, meaning you have to respect the DJ after you. Because if you're gonna play the Chainsmokers and the opening set, what the fuck is he gonna play?
Well,
right?
those are... Kasi what's wrong with the industry also here, and the DJ industry per se are like around the world. We don't have rules.
Yes.
It's not like we have like PMAP, the models, right? They have rules na parang, let's say, their TF shouldn't go lower than this, ganyan, ganyan. Sa DJs, you just kind of wing it. Like, pag walang etiquette yung DJ before you, sorry ka na lang.
Correct.
Diba? Parang kawawa ka, but you have to find a way to still pump the crowd up, diba?
How do you read the crowd? And is there an objective that, because I've seen people really like, you got me really pumped up and then all of a sudden you're going to bring it down. Is that intentional for them people, for of course, to help the bar to make drinks? How is there a science behind that, or can you just really go one to 2 hours from say your main 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. just getting all real fucked up, or it depends on the event as well?
You have to read talaga eh. That's where the reading.
It's where your eyes are from. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it intentional also that kind of do it in waves and whatnot?
Kailangan kasi if you just keep it up the entire time,
you
get tired. Parang wala lang kwenta yung closing set mo. Huwag ka na mag-closing, di ba?
Exactly. They're not gonna buy drinks too.
Yeah.
How are they?
Like there's a certain formula din kasi parang lalo pag prime time ka. Hindi mo siya pwedeng parang rocket lang na sobrang pataas ng pataas eh. You kind of have to you like a roller coaster, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I see
like
it.
Like a wave
for
too,
me,
right?
Minsan if I stare at the crowd, let's say let's say this is just my mathematics. This is just for me. If I put
Patty-matics, let's call it the Patty-matics.
If I put 3 banging songs, if I put 3 bangers, the fourth one should be a little
mellow.
Hindi naman mellow, pero the energy is still the same, pero hindi naman siya papagurin.
Right.
Diba? Parang liligawan mo siya, hindi mo naman siya puta, diba?
Right. But is the whole set also prepared, or is it just again you're feeling it out depending on what the crowd kind of vibes to?
Depends. Festivals, I have a set kasi I have a certain energy I want to show. But club gigs, you have to have folders with you, and you have to be prepared, like
templates per se.
Yeah.
What
Kasi not all gigs will be promising.
Of course.
And that's the truth. Like some gigs, they're just gonna fucking stare at you, and you have to be prepared to make them stare, pero they're entertained.
Got it. It's still entertainment at the end of the day. Okay, now last question before we take another break. You're one of the few DJs that I consider a musician. Because you're not just there. I mean, again, it depends on what your craft is. But I've seen you play other instruments that I haven't seen done in a normal set. Like, what the fuck is Patty Tiu doing? It's so awesome, right? And I'm not even lit. I'm just there. Most of the time, people think I'm the bouncer because I'm just like, dude, I swear. People always like,
mo sa akin.
No, always. People are like, Kuya, where's the CR? Like, dude, I'm smoking here.
You know why? I think it's because you always wear black.
Yeah, but that's my swag, though. And I'm always just at the corner. Like, Kuya, can you get me water? I'm like, bro, I'm not a bouncer.
You're a waiter.
No, I just like, bro, I'm not a bouncer. Every time. That's why I don't. It's either I stand beside the bouncer, so I know that's not me, that's him. Okay, that's him, not me, bro. I'm just trying to be here. But for you master. What are the instruments that you play, and how did you put that into your craft now? And it's crazy, dude. What
am I gonna answer that now or later?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about the stuff that Patty Tiu does extra on the next part. What the fuck? I'm confused. I'll see you guys next. All right, let's take a break. Peace. Hey guys, let's take another quick break to talk about a little trick that helped us get traction in Chatbot PH very early and ultimately helped us get acquired. And it's called A/B testing. Basically, it's creating 2 versions of the same site or landing page to see what works and what converts for you. Because one of the worst things you can do as a founder is put all your eggs in one basket and hope that it converts. This is why a lot of early stage startups don't get the traction that they want because they're hoping and praying and they don't iterate quickly. A/B testing eliminates that problem. So now you can really see which part of your site converts by giving different designs to different sets of users. And I'll tell you right now which platform we used to allow us to do this. And it's called Unbounce. Here you can now create 2 sets of your startup's landing page and see which one really converts for you, so you don't have to keep guessing if people actually like your site's design or not. And the cool thing about this is also it does not require you to be a developer, so you can literally put up a site very quickly. You can now also use this for your pop-ups and sticky bars. But hold on, because I'm not yet done dropping bombs out here. Because we found a way to give you Unbounce long-term after you do your 30-day free trial. Just go to bit.ly/hustlebounce to get 20% off your first 3 paid months, so you can run better experiments long-term. And I'm not trying to bullshit you here, because if you go to Chatbot PH, we're still running Unbounce for our website. So go ahead and check it out to use the power of A/B testing for your startup. Welcome back from the break. I flunked that last part.
He fucked it up. He had one job.
I had one job. That's the first time. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. But hey, we got to this point, so it's all good. All right, now Patty Tiu, before we took a break, you wanted to give us a cliffhanger of what are these things you do extra out of your sets, and how did you teach yourself on that one?
Well, like what I said earlier, I get easily bored.
Right.
And I think that's a part of my anxiety na rin eh. Kasi like, I just want to do something new all the time. So I like trying new stuff. I like succeeding and trying that new stuff, but I also love to fail. So I know where I'm good at and where I'm not good at.
Got it.
So that's when you get to test your skills talaga. And I guess learning those instruments and putting them on my sets was a challenge. And like, pansin mo, hindi ko na siya ginagawa kasi nag-fail ako with it. Like, I failed to some. Some were successful. Some were, like, I was just like, okay, this is not gonna work, so I have to stop it.
But you were brave enough to try it.
Yeah.
A lot of people will just chicken out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, whatever. And just stay to what they were comfortable in. And that's what I like, and that's why I wanted to interview you. Because you're a risk taker. And in this industry, I don't see a lot of risks being taken. Right? Because it's the same formula being done again. But you're always like, all right, you're the outlet. Fuck you, I don't give a fuck. Right.
I just don't give a fuck. That's the best advice. Like, I have to do me. Like, whatever I want to go for, I have to go for it. Like, no one's gonna stop me. Anyone tries to stop you, like, fuck off. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, that's the best advice. That's the best advice to the new ones also. Like, with what you want to do scratch, you want to do turntablism, you want to do music production.
Right.
If anyone tries to stop you with what you're doing, like, fuck, don't listen to them.
Got it.
You have to do it.
All right, now let's go to the hustle sharing time, sponsored by Chatbot PH, which is still also my company, so really I don't get paid for it. But I just want to put a fucking
Joke
plug in
lang pala
there.
yun.
It's also my company, so whatever. Right, now for someone who, if someone's going to you, because again, a few years back, everybody wanted to be a DJ.
Until now naman eh.
Right, you know, but a few years back when all these shit, like, everybody wanted, right, you know, the Martin Garrix, everybody wanted to be the fucking Avicii, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But, you know, if you're now, given now that we're in this sort of like a downtime in nightlife, now the hype is not that crazy.
As big as 2015,
12
to 15,
yes. What would be your advice now for people that want to go into this industry as a DJ? Because, I mean, you got to be passionate about music, for one, and about entertainment and nightlife for you to be able to do this.
We have this thing before in the old DJ school where I used to work.
Right.
We ask our students, why are you enrolling here? What's your music playlist like?
Got it.
So, dun pa lang, you'll know na like, are they doing this because they're passionate about music? Do they want to pursue this because they just want to know how? They're curious. Do they want to learn because they want this to be another cash flow? Like those things.
How can you tell if a student is gonna be a success or not? Because you can already tell too. Whoever's good and whoever's gonna be like, whatever. You're just here for the fuck of it.
Yeah. Well, you'll know naman if the DJ or the student DJ just wants to be famous. You're
Get laid, whatever.
Yeah, they just want to use it because they think it's gonna make them cooler. Alam mo yun?
Right.
Like you're gonna feel it naman eh.
Okay,
Especially like here when we screen students,
Got
like we know naman agad.
Got it. Now, let's talk about the pros now. What makes, or in your standard, or at least in your opinion, what makes a good DJ?
A great DJ.
A great DJ. Let's talk about greatness. Fuck goodness, bro.
But good, there's no room for just good.
Right,
you
right.
always have
So
to be
great
fucking
DJ.
great, right?
Okay.
If you're gonna do it, you have to be great at it.
Right.
Good, good just won't cut it.
Of course.
Good,
Yeah. No,
diba?
that's not enough.
Okay, what makes a great DJ? You have to know how to read the crowd. You
Okay.
have to know when to play the hits, when not to play the hits. A great DJ researches, a great DJ digs for kahit hindi ka nagpe-play ng ibang genre. Let's say
Right.
commercial DJ ka.
Right.
Pero wag mo naman i-play yung extended lang na or wala man ng ka-remix like just the
Got it.
entire original lang for
Yeah.
one playlist. Like expand your playlist,
Sexy
your
it up.
folders.
Right.
Yeah, a great DJ knows the etiquettes.
Yes, and those etiquettes are very important. Because that's
I don't want to go into the sobrang dami.
right. But give us just a few examples of what those good etiquettes would be.
Like what I said a while ago, if you're doing an opening set, do an opening set. Don't get too excited. You're
Right.
already there. Like, nandyan ka na, nasa spotlight ka
Right.
na. Huwag ka nang, relax ka lang,
Got it.
kumbaga.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you about, being uptight or sticking to a few values they have, or not a few values, because I know this myself. Nightlife is it can really fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you don't have uptight values. And before I told you this during the break that one thing that I always stuck through when I know shit's gonna go bad, because temptation, it's literally temptation after temptation that is being thrown at you, right? And you think it's good, but in reality, again, hindsight's always 20/20. But one thing I always told myself is don't shit where you eat. For you, Patty, what are those things that you guys are, all right, I'm going to stick to this concept. I'm not going to let it go.
Well, like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite.
Right.
I haven't always been like a goody. Like,
Yeah.
like I went through some shit when I was starting my career. I probably tried all the kinds of drugs when I
Right.
was starting, right?
Yosef,
But then-
Biogesic, Alaksa.
Yeah, but then like just being, I'm gonna be honest,
Right.
like at one point you're gonna know and you're gonna tell yourself, is this the life that I want to live?
Right.
Like, okay, I'm doing these gigs left and right, but what's gonna be left of me when
Right.
when before I turn 30 I'm gonna die? So no, like
Yeah.
I just 2015 after I rebranded.
Right.
I went through hell, like I went through depression, I went through all the bad stuff, all the dark things in my life happened that year.
Right.
And that was just the turnaround na, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I'm gonna rebrand, but also I'm gonna do a rebirth, kumbaga.
Boom, like the Phoenix. There you go.
Diba,
Patty
parang
Phoenix.
this is the new me, and
Okay.
like hindi lang new me as a brand, as an artist, as a DJ, but
Right.
a new me, like a clean me.
There you go. That's great. And I saw that myself. And from the outside looking in, you'll also see it with the type of stuff you posted. And now again, I'll say it during the show. I'm so happy for you because you found the one. Oh my God, right?
I'm getting married next year.
Yes, and I've seen you I've never seen you this happy, and it's so good to see these examples in nightlife. That you like me. I'm gonna come. I went some rough times too, right? But eventually you just find yourself back up at it again. But for you now, what's next for you? I mean, what do you want to do next in terms? Because you're doing some entrepreneurship shit that I'm happy for you though.
Yeah, man.
For real.
The real hustle.
Correct. And at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of people be in nightlife and didn't invest on other shit because you can make good bank out of this now.
And like DJing, I swear to God, it's not forever. Eh. Even me, I know it. Like it's bound to happen. One of these days, I'm gonna retire kasi
Right.
I can't always be like forever young. Maybe
No. There you go.
young
Pogi.
looking, young
Pogi.
looking siguro
There you
pwede.
go.
But like in those years, I would want to have like a child with Mark, right?
Yes.
And like eventually, I won't have those gigs na I can't stay up late because I wanna take care of my kid and
Got
like,
it.
stuff like that. So.
Got it.
For me, parang I wanted to invest in other things. Like I am passionate with tattoos, so I partnered
Oh,
with
man.
with my artist.
There you go. And
Yeah.
then again, I will have one soon. I'm trying to get one here. Probably a semi-sleep. If my mom's watching this, sorry. I already have two, so you
Wala
can't
na siyang
stop me,
magagawa.
right? Once it was like Pringles, when you pop, you can't
So
stop.
yun, like the
Right.
tattoo shop, and like we want to build better DJs, we want to build better artists here, Sessions Academy Manila. Pa-plug ng plug.
Got it. No, go ahead. It's all good.
So yun, and then plug ko na rin yung movie namin.
Oh
We have
yes! Oh my God,
Contradiction.
you're in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I was so like, what? How did this movie opportunity come about? And this is so awesome, I swear.
Yeah, like, alam mo kasi, kami ni Mark, dream talaga namin. Sasabihin ko na lava,
Okay.
dream namin parang maging Mark Wahlberg, ganun.
Dude.
Tupac, di ba? They
Please don't-
they
right,
got
right.
into acting kasi.
Yes,
They did
yes.
film, they
Will
did...
Smith, what the
it's
fuck?
like, it wasn't
Right.
just music. They
Right.
branched on other things. Like, they did so many things. Like,
Right.
skill-based lahat, di ba?
So what's your movie?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
Childish, Baldibino.
What's his
Donald
name?
Glover.
Donald Glover.
Yes.
Donald
Not
Duck.
Childish Baldivino, ha? Fuck that shit.
shit.
Joseph.
Joseph.
So yeah, that's where it stems from. So it's the
Yeah.
art really expressing it in different
Yeah, and
avenues.
different avenues. Like you wanna try a business, go ahead. Like
There you go.
you wanna try singing, why not? Like you wanna be a dancer, why the fuck not? Like
Exactly.
anything you wanna do, you just go for it.
Got it.
You're not gonna lose anything.
Sounds good. Now, Patty, I wanted to ask you last two things real quick. First one, what do you think is your biggest fuck up? And what was the biggest learning you learned from that?
Oh shit. Biggest fuck up. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Shit. Can I
Yeah.
have like 5 seconds to think?
Go ahead. We'll just zoom this in and whatnot.
Wait. Biggest fuck up. Falling in love. Charot!
Oh, no, okay. We got a showbiz answer.
No, gago, joke lang, no.
No.
No,
Career-wise, I guess.
career-wise,
Yes.
career-wise. Biggest fuck up.
Those are
May
not...
init ulo ko eh. Like,
Got it. So you had a temper.
yeah, I have a temper. I have a really bad temper. I wish I didn't snap a lot. I wish I had more patience when I was younger.
Got it.
I wish I had like another avenue like to get rid of my anger. Alam mo yun.
Got it.
Ngayon kasi I have jiu-jitsu, I have these other things na parang when I'm frustrated,
Calms you down.
yeah, it helps me.
Right.
But I didn't have that when I was younger. Eh.
Ah.
But so I was bringing it to my work, and I wish I didn't do it.
Got
But
it.
the biggest lesson is
Right.
yun, like you have to forgive yourself. Like
There you go.
And I've forgiven myself. I
Right.
wish the people I fucked with
Right.
already forgave me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, please forgive Patty. If Papa Jesus forgives you, then forgive Patty. What the fuck? So, all right, last real quick. In terms of, we always have to look up to some mentors, right? I'll ask you, who are your biggest mentors? What are those things that they taught you that you're still putting onto your craft now?
To be honest, wala ako in the DJ industry. I don't have like role models, to be honest.
You're
But-
like J. Cole, no role models, right?
But Funk Abby helped me a lot at the
Yes.
beginning.
Okay.
John Oden, JP, my
Okay.
best friend, helped
Shout out.
me a lot when
Right.
it comes to learning about trance.
Okay.
But you know what? Like my mentors actually came from the fitness industry.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
kasi fitness instructors are like your life coaches. So
Yes.
in a way, they also help you on your
Yes,
day to
yes,
day.
yes.
So those were my coaches.
Got it. And what are those things that they taught you that that just resonates to what you're doing now in your daily life?
I have a fear of public speaking. To be honest.
There you go. So we got her to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a fear of public
Yeah.
speaking, number one. Two, I have social anxiety. It's so weird for a DJ to have social anxiety,
yeah.
right? But I
But
have
alcohol
it.
always helps.
Yeah, but I have it.
Right.
When I became an indoor instructor, indoor cycling instructor last year,
Wow.
you have to talk. You have to speak to your
Right.
riders.
And you're fucking exercising
Yeah.
at the
So
same
while
time.
you're while you're
Right.
while you're exercising and while you're staying on the beat, you have
Yeah.
to speak. You have to speak to your
Right,
riders.
right.
And I have so many things to say, like in my thoughts. Like there's a lot of thoughts going on in my head.
Right.
But I can't seem to like
Narrow
word
it
it out.
down.
Like,
Got it.
kasi I feel like my brain's thinking too fast and like, blah, 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 blah. Wala na.
Right,
Wala na siya.
right.
It's gone.
Okay.
And then my coaches, Cam Lagmay and Ida Paras, they really helped me. Like, they helped me get through with my social anxiety and the
Got it.
fear of speaking. Kasi they were like, Patty, you have such a story to tell. And
Dude,
if you can't
I'm a
say,
big fan
you
of
can't,
you, I swear.
diba, if you can't talk and speak in public, then sayang. So you have to learn, you have to learn. And I trained for 6 months and look at me now. I can talk to you. I can look straight into your
Yeah.
eyes and tell you the story, right?
High five. My nigga. Oh, sorry. All right, my bad.
Can you
my bad.
believe that?
No, we can, but shoot, but I can't. My bad. Brothers, my bad.
That just fucking made it
Right,
worse.
it's all good. My bad. my bad, bro. I swear, it just comes out naturally. I came out of the wrong archipelago. I swear, I feel like I'm as black as they come. Anyway, MK would probably say the same shit, right? Like we went out of the wrong vagina, right? But anyway, all right, Patty, please invite over those people that want to check you out. There's so many things that you're doing. This is your chance, and then before we wrap this baby up, this is it.
Okay, when is this airing?
This is gonna be out probably end of July-ish.
End of July.
Right.
Okay, I think our movie is gonna be still. But
Yeah.
we have Contradiction. It's a
Right.
movie about drugs. I played the drug
wow.
addict and
Oh,
a
wow.
drug pusher.
Oh wow!
It's a very interesting film.
Okay.
If you can get to watch it after July, please do. I think it's gonna be available on DVDs also
There you go.
nationwide.
Okay.
Yep.
And,
I think it's gonna be on iFlix. I'm not
Oh,
so
wow.
sure, but if it's there, go ahead watch it.
yo, there it is. And most movies always, especially the
Yeah.
local ones, always end up with that because the cinema industry always gives priority to the big ones. But
Yeah.
what I love about all these streaming platforms also is it gives an avenue for the local work to shine.
Yes.
Even after the cinema
Support
airings.
local. Anything
Absolutely.
local.
And for people
always.
that wanna catch you in your gigs or big fans, Tunatics, is it what you call it?
Walang mga ganun-ganun.
No,
just
there
friends.
are. Shut
I just
up.
call them my friends.
There you go. But they do exist. I
Yeah.
remember. You have a very solid fan base. How did they
I don't
catch you?
like. I hate this thing when they call it fans. Because for me, I don't see myself like. I don't ever want this thing to get into my head because
Got it.
if it gets into my head, then it ruins everything.
True.
So I want to act and I want to be just the normal Patty that I am.
Yes.
Okay. So
Sounds
that's
good.
it. Yeah.
All right. The normal wrestling loving Patty Tiu. All
They
right.
can catch me on Instagram. They can see my schedule there. If I have gigs, sometimes my schedule fluctuates. Minsan may gig, minsan wala.
Right.
But they can always find me in the tattoo shop in
There
Arte
you
Tattoo.
go.
Or here in Sessions Academy Manila.
Sounds good. All right. We'll put that all in the show notes if you want to check that out. And again, thank you, Patty Tiu. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, and if you guys want to check out the whole community and whatnot, please don't forget to join the Hustleshare community on Facebook and also chat with our chatbot on
Yep.
m.me/Hustleshare. Hustleshare.
Hustle-
Hustleshare /chat powered by Chatbot PH. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.